group C, and I'm here to talk about a bit on CSS combinators. So basically, you have four different types of CSS combinators. You have the descendant combinator, which is a space between the two elements, and then you have a curly braces with the attribute with what you want to actually apply to it. Then we have a child combination, which is usually when in a CS, which usually in a CS code, when a greater than sign is placed in between the two elements. Adjacent is when a plus is placed in between the two. Then when has this the general sibling has the div, and for let's talk about the descendant combinator. For the descendant combinator, is an example like this div p. So you see that the p element which is located anywhere inside the D, any p element that actually falls or is located in what the div element. This div element is going to be actually styled to change color from whatever it is to blue. That is, it basically has to be under the div element, like inside or basically inside it. The space alone is what it is. You see that we can have a set of p characters with the div with element as their parent elements, and then the p's will be the sibling elements, which any p for that matter will be affected. That falls basically when it falls under the div element will be affected. So for an example like this, the color will change to blue. That is for the div. That's for the descendant combinator. So for the child combinator, you see that the child combinator, you have the UL and then the LI, and you have the lifestyle type. So it's used to construct default contents. Okay, you have the list style type for square. That is if you basically want the list, how you want to list it. You see, you have a set of lists, and then like a car, a bag, and then you have before each of those texts we have a box. Beside them we have a box. Then we have the first part or first item on the list, then a box, second item on the list. So for the child combinator, basically for the child combinator, see that this rule would style only the li elements that are direct children of the ul elements, and not so not like there's a direct element of the li. You see that this element was directly related to this, and if only when it's directly related, only when they are directly related, that the ul cannot, the li cannot, the style can be applied to the ul also. Backspace. Yeah. So a square will be placed in between all set of lists that are directly related to this ul. So a square, it will be a square before this item, a square before the first item, a square before the second. And when you see that, you actually see that the fall under what the ul, but then usually basically fall under, like mainly there should be directly this one, it should be directly related to this. If probably they fall under a nest, or like or they are nested within another element, you can't apply the lifestyle type attributes to the URL, to the list. Yeah. So it should be directly related to this, else it won't actually apply. So now you have the adjacent combinator. Now for the adjacent combinator, see that the adjacent combinator down the rule, the P will apply what it will start the P or a P element or paragraph element that's directly under the H1. That is, if it comes right after the H1. So we say we have an H1 with maybe an element with a set of characters or set of weights, yes. A set of weights. Then we have the next what's following, and then in the immediate next following it, which is also a P element. If you are to use this combinator, you see that this P element will have a change, and the margin top will be set towards 20 pixels. So directly under, as implied or as it is applied. So now let's to now the general sibling selector, which is the curly this one. As for this one, you see that the P element is what it will apply to all P elements that are of what a div element. So that all P elements that are siblings of this. This time the div is not behaving like a parent one like this one, but this one the div is actually a sibling to this. That means like this one is not under this, or like this P character, or this P character or this P element doesn't fall under the div element. So basically they are siblings of maybe a different element. They are siblings of a different element. So maybe say this time an image okay, let's say an image element. So they are basically fall under the image. So the image element will be behaving or will actually be the parent element, and then this will be the siblings. So for something like this, when you are using this combinator, basically see that all the P elements that are siblings to this div are the ones that are going to get affected. They are the ones that will have their font size to be 8 pixels. I hope it gets me. So that's all for CSS combinators, and thank you.